Hey guys, what's up? MadSeason here, back with another video for you. A new mount that's coming in patch 7.3 is the Darkmoon Dirigible. It looks like a mini Zeppelin, of course capable of flying, and it's just a really cool mount overall. And the best part about it is that it'll be fairly rare because it's hard to get. Well, not really hard I guess, but more time consuming really. But in this video, I wanted to show you some tips and tricks so you can hopefully get it faster than everyone else. You buy this from Lara, located at coordinates 4870 in the Darkmoon Faire. This is a monthly event that starts on the first Sunday of each month and lasts for a full week. It costs a whopping 1,000 Darkmoon prize tickets, which you get from many activities in the fair. 1,000 is quite a lot, and the max you can get per month is 281 if you do every single activity, but there is a trick to where you could do it faster that I'll show you. Throughout the fair, you can find a bunch of mini games that award tickets. A whack-a-mole game, a target shooting game, etc. There are 6 in total that you can do daily, and they give you a cache that contains 1 ticket. So normally, you're limited to 6 per day through these mini games. But the special thing about these that I didn't even know about until my friend Dinozar told me is that they're not soulbound. Meaning, you can do these mini games daily on all of your alts and then send them in the mail to one character, greatly increasing your ticket yield towards the mount. You can only do these once per day per character, but they only require level 1, so another thing you can do, although grindy, is to keep making level 1 characters, heading into the fair and knocking out all of the dailies, send your caches to your main, and then delete and recreate. So technically, you can get the mount in one cycle if you're dedicated enough. You can also just straight up buy these caches from other players if you want to skip the grind. Speaking of which, these caches could also be good money makers. The price will vary on the server I'm sure, but it might be worth barking in trade chat if you're looking to earn some gold. But as I said, those minigames aren't the only way to earn tickets. There are also a bunch of quests that you can do once per fair per month. Every fair, make sure you pick up the Darkmoon Adventurer's Guide from Selena Dorman at coordinates 5555. This allows you to loot special books from dungeons, and if you bring them back to the fair, you get 10 tickets. These books drop from various dungeon bosses. I'll have a link to them in the description so you can see which ones. And keep in mind that these are also not soulbound, so you can either run a dungeon to get them or just buy them off of the auction house. And along with the minigame dailies, you also have the pet battle dailies. You have 2 of them that award 5 and 10, so 15 daily, which is 105 per fair. These can be quite hard, so check the description for some suggested strategies if you have trouble beating them. And you also have 2 racing dailies that also give some non-soulbound caches. These can be quite time consuming though, so I don't really recommend them. Honestly, you're better off just making a new level 1 alternate character and then running those mini games, because even if you're a speedrunner, they take a while. You can find them at the end of the dock though if you want to try them. 2 per day, so 14 per event. You also have some once per fair profession quests that net you 20 tickets total. These require 75 skill points in your profession, and they're pretty simple. Most of the time, you can complete them inside of the fair. You got 2 primary professions which give 4 each, and then first aid, cooking, fishing, and archaeology. If you have that adventurer's guide I mentioned earlier, something you may have noticed you've been looting are the grisly trophies. This is another once per fair event where you loot these from enemies that yield experience or honor, and when you loot 250 of them, you can bring them back to the fair for 10 more tickets. So not a huge reward, but it doesn't hurt to pick up the quest from the fair. You get it from Carrie Hicks at 4867 within the fair. And there's also the moonfang raid boss. This spawns after killing wolves northwest of the fair, and if you loot her pelt you can get 10 more tickets. Check your group finder because usually there's a group up for her. And just like the others, you can do this once per event. Next we have the treasure hunt, which yields 100 tickets. Find the vendor Galissa Sundu at coordinates 5389 on the docks and buy the faded treasure map. This costs not gold, but rather fish called Darkmoon Dirigible, which you get by fishing on the island, or once again you can buy them off of the auction house. This starts a quest that gives you a bunch of clues to find a secret stash, and you'll get 100 tickets as a reward. If you want the solution to the hunt, I'll have a link in the description for you. And note that this is a once per character thing, unlike the others which reset every month. And the very last source of tickets is the most efficient, but also the most rare, and that's the black market auction house cache. Occasionally, you can find the Darkmoon Faire fanny pack on the BMAH, currently located in the sewers of the Broken Isles Dalaran. This contains around 375 tickets, so it's really good. But it can also get really expensive if it's even up there. You bid against other players, so it can go for a very high price. But that's pretty much it. Those are all of the various sources of the Darkmoon prize tickets. If you do everything, it's 281 per month, and another 100 on top of that with the treasure map quest. The most time efficient sources are the BMAH caches, the treasure map, and the dungeon artifacts if you buy them off of the auction house. But the fastest way is to spam those alts and mail the caches to your main. Very grindy, but it will allow you to get the mount in one cycle as opposed to the normal way, which would require 4. But that's about it for this one. Good luck with your quest for the mount. As always, I hope you found the video helpful. Like it if you liked it, and thanks for watching. Peace.